The Last Showgirl. So, The Last Showgirl is a new Pamela Anderson movie starring Pamela Anderson. Also starring oh, what is her name? I should have this all loaded up, right? Jamie Lee Curtis, that's it. Brenda Song, and Dave Bautista. I'm just looking at the IMDb. Hope you don't mind. So I'm just going to read the what does it what does it say for the synopsis here? A seasoned showgirl must plan for her future when her show abruptly closes after a 30-year run. There was a little bit of talk about this during awards season. Obviously, this is England, so films come out here ridiculously late for some reason. I guess they were hoping to release it in the UK with like a banner saying nominated for Oscars, but it's not that kind of film. Like you watch it and you go, this isn't that kind of movie. It's not an Oscar caliber film, I'm afraid. Some of the acting was very good, actually very incredible. Jamie Lee Curtis was outstanding, and she was getting nominated for a few awards here and there, but she was awesome. Um, but I would say Pamela Anderson's acting choices were quite weird, and it doesn't seem like bad acting. It seems like this was a choice, like a very specific choice to talk in kind of a. She sort of spoke like an old fashioned film, like you'd imagine they speak in, I don't know, in films from like the 50s or the 40s even. Um, and yeah, it didn't feel authentic or real. But then the film sort of generally had a dreamy like flavor about it. The camera was always sort of blurred on the sides. Even just the whole screen was a little bit blurred sometimes. You'd be squinting around. Is there something wrong with my eyes? But yeah, it wasn't. It was obviously these were all obviously like discussed and deliberate decisions, but it just created quite a strange atmosphere because yeah, Pamela Anderson was just a bit weird, like a bit of a strange person. Her character, she's the one who she's sort of this. I guess she's in her 40s, or she lies about her age, so you don't know. But I guess she's supposed to be late 40s, maybe even 50 in this film. And she's still doing a job that has lots of young girls. She's a showgirl. She's got feathers on her backs, and she's wearing sort of very small amounts of clothing that's all shiny and sparkly, and there's chorus lines and things like that. And I think she believes this character seems to believe in like the beauty of the past, maybe like what you'd expect watching a cabaret or either musical Chicago, like those kick line, chorus line girls with beautiful sparkly clothes and yeah, it's this sort of very, I guess, very like high class, very. It's supposed to be high class, kind of extremely um PG version of stripping. I guess you could put it that way if there's such a thing. Um, but yeah, just strange. But we never get to actually see the act. Like, so that this club is stopping this show. These showgirls. It's stopping this show and putting something new in. And all the girls are like trying to scramble for jobs, and obviously Pamela Anderson's like, "What am I going to do? I've been doing this for 30 years," and we never get to see the thing that she was doing. Again, obviously a very deliberate choice, but for me, like, I didn't quite ever grasp the thing that they were holding on to, the thing that they were also sad to lose, especially Pamela Anderson's character. And obviously she was living in some kind of fantasy world. This estranged daughter comes in sort of halfway through the film, and uh, again, this whole thing, it's like, is this a real person with real life sort of emotions, or is this a strange kind of dreamlike performative person who doesn't talk like normal people talk? Like Pamela Anderson is just a strange character. Um, he did hit upon some themes that are that strike me, like strike a chord with me. If I'm honest, there is this whole sense of how long do you keep chasing your sort of dream? How long do you keep sticking around in an industry that really has youth as its main sort of occupants? I'm a musician. I play on stage every single week, and I sing on stage every single week to an audience. And even I'm 35 now. It was my birthday recently. Thank you very much. And even I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to do this job when I'm like 50, or maybe I am. Maybe I am going to be able to do it when I'm 50. But will it just seem sad and lonely and desperate? Or no, will it seem cool? Maybe it will just be cool, like, oh, that's a really cool 50-year-old. I don't know, but there is a sense of people kind of judging her for not, you know, getting out when she was still kind of young, getting out when she was still on top. Like, I guess the whole idea is, if you're gonna chase these sort of artistic dreams, these are more performative dreams, I guess the kind of general idea for like the general public is to be like, yeah, you go in and you make your riches in your 20s and maybe 30s, and then you get out, because no one wants to see like an aging dancer or an aging singer. But then again, why not? What's wrong with aging? Everyone ages. That's just a thing that everyone does. So, in the end, the story it was relatable to me. Like, I found it quite interesting to watch and see the story evolve. Um, but yeah, just some of the way that the camera shots and the acting was chosen, I was like, man, it didn't grab me like I wanted to. But a really interesting sort of idea, general subject to sort of follow. But in the end, too blurry, acting a little bit too weird, and it probably struck a chord a bit too close to home for me to at all like feel comfortable watching this ever again. But hey.